Aries, welcome to your 16 rune scope with me. My name is Amanda. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you in the States who are celebrating this month. And I'm back to Golden Tarot by Cat Black. I'll be using this deck in conjunction with the runes, of course. And then be sure to join me after the reading over on Vimeo for part 2 of your reading. On-demand channel, you'll find the link below. Just click or tap show more beneath this video. I will be pulling one card for you from the Healing with the Fairies Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue to get some additional wisdom, guidance for you for the month of November. So be sure to join me over there. But let's jump in and see which runes want to talk to Aries first. And then we'll add the tarot cards to the mix here. Okay. Ooh. Now, as always, I remind you, Aries, to check out the video for your rising sign as well, because that will also contain some additional information for you. It could clarify some things sometimes in these very general sun sign readings. Sometimes it's going to be the more accurate of the two. But if you would like something far more specific and concise regarding your particular situation or any issues you'd be dealing with personally at this time, I do sessions, private sessions on Skype. For $5. They are 3-minute sessions. Just drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. If you want to set up an appointment, we can take a look and see what your spirit guides want to tell you about your particular situation here. But let's see in general for Aries, what's cooking besides Thanksgiving dinner for some of you. The first thing we have coming up as far as the challenge or focus of the month, we've got the Hermit card coming up for the tarot card in this position. And I feel like for many of you, this has something to do with work. You be feeling a bit isolated, maybe kind of on the outside looking in. You feel like you're not one of the group. For some of you, maybe you're just feeling kind of disconnected because of the location of your office in the building. For those of you that work at home, this is especially significant because you may be feeling like you're cut off from the world at large, and some of you feel like, maybe you've been working in this job. You feel like the lone voice or the lone person who is maybe advocating for the change in the way you do something or a process of some sort or a project, and you feel like just opposed or I feel like for many of you, this could have something to do with, you've been isolated or you've been in a position where you kind of call the shots, but you're not making enough money. So that would be the focus or obstacle in there. It's like, I like working at home, or I like having my own office, but I'm just not being paid enough for what I have to do. Uruz is here. So that can indicate, in the reverse, Merkstave, someone who's being lazy. You'd be having to pick up the slack. You'd be carrying the burden on your shoulders, and what you did for a living, what you're doing for a living, this job may not be worth all the effort you're having to put in to kind of pick up this person's slack, do their work, also in addition to yours. For those of you that are in a relationship, this could have something to do with home and a partnership or a marriage even, maybe you're the breadwinner and, you're just starting to view this person as kind of dead weight. So you'd be kind of like, hey, you need to get a job. Or, if you're going to continue living with me, you need to pull your weight. I can't afford, all of this on my shoulders right now. I can't afford to support me and you and the kids. So somebody be feeling the weight or the pressure of that. And so some of you would be thinking, okay, either before the end of this year or next year, I need to start looking for another job. Some of you, the Hermit can also be someone who is a teacher, particularly of spirituality or enlightenment. And maybe that's something that you were kind of hoping to do. Maybe you were trying to get a class off the ground and you just didn't have the turnout that you were hoping. November can be tough months for getting people to take classes or commit to anything because of the impending holidays here in the States anyway. So if you don't get it in the first 3 weeks, it can be kind of difficult after that to get people to commit, or especially to pay for goods. Unless you're in retail, because they're going to be thinking about, all the gifts they have to buy, the majority of people for the holidays. So it can be kind of a tough month if you're trying to get a money-making venture off the ground, or to supplement your income in some way. If it's dependent on people purchasing a service or taking a class, or for some of you, maybe it's a class that you wanted to take. There's maybe someone that you really respect and admire is going to be offering a course or a seminar, and you unfortunately can't afford to attend this, or because you get stuck doing someone else's work, and then you have to kind of work overtime to make up your work. You have to miss something. So that's the challenge or obstacle of her. Again, it's just kind of weighing things, considering things. But yeah, feeling like maybe an isolated position, or a position where you've been kind of the lone wolf, is no longer financially feasible for you. You have to, go out, look for something else, go back out into the corporate world, or find a new job that's going to pay you better. Now, the present position, as you move into, we've got the World, but it's in reverse. But we've got Manas next to it, the rune. So at the beginning of her, there'd be something going on where this can literally be your world turned upside down by something, but whatever it is, you have support. And I'm not feeling good or bad, so that tells me that it'll depend on, it'll vary from Aries to Aries, whether it's good or bad. But you have support, you have people coming together. This could just be a change of plans in coming together for a holiday, for a celebration, for a birthday. There'd be a last minute change, or a last minute delay, or something where you have to change plans, change travel plans with the World card. There could be someone new for some of you coming to Thanksgiving this year. Someone could be bringing a new person that they're seeing, a new fiance, a friend, and at first you could be a little bit like, who's this interloper? who's this stranger, coming to Thanksgiving? But then it turns out okay. I mean, I feel like you're gonna be like, all right, this person's all right. We can put up with this person. The help that's going to be available to you. We've got Six of Wands. So that's the victory card. Recognition, winning something, winning a competition, getting the job, getting the promotion, convincing someone they need to get a job or get out. Maybe they do get, go get a job here. But yeah, this is something that you are feeling quite motivated about with the Six of Wands, but you've been putting a lot of effort into this. There's a lot of protection around this as well, around those efforts. So whatever you're throwing your energy, your passion into, remember Aries, whether it is looking for another job, or trying to figure out how you're going to take a class, or trying to get people to come take your class, you can turn this into a victory. So no matter what the challenge is, if you feel like people aren't biting, or you're not going to get the money that you need, there's a way to turn it around and you come out on top. So it just take more effort, keep working towards it. Maybe it's going to be at the last minute, a last minute rush for whatever it is you're trying to do, or a last minute change where, you can kind of change your plans and go to the class, or get the job, or win the promotion. Or maybe convince someone to get rid of someone who's just dead weight and hire someone new. There's a win coming for you that you're going to feel quite excited about. That's going to, you feel, pay off. You will achieve a goal and get recognition for that. So you could get an award for, if you've been doing extra work. I don't feel like it's gone unnoticed, even though Aries, you feel at certain points in the number it has. It does seem like at some point in the month, you're going to get a pat on the back, or a boss is going to say something to you like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you. I've seen the extra work you've been doing. We're going to rectify maybe this situation. I feel like whatever you feel is wrong or unfair in the workplace, those of you that work actually in an office, and if you've been covering for someone, or not really covering, but even just doing their work or correcting their work because they did it wrong in the first place. Like, you're not the only one who has noticed that, even though you feel like that. And I think you're going to get a recognition of that at some point in number Aries. Now, what must be accepted about the month of November? We've got the Nine of Cups, so that's the wish fulfillment card. One of your wishes will be granted. And this could have something to do with family conflict being resolved, or maybe someone that in your family you've had an argument with, maybe your spouse, your mom, your mother-in-law. Maybe you're kind of dreading seeing this person for Thanksgiving, and then it turns out that it's totally fine. So yeah, if you're dreading kind of like dealing with someone or with two, maybe it's not you at all. Maybe it's two people in the family who just don't get along. They're always clashing, and you're kind of worried about, it's difficult for you to be positive that it's going to be different this year. I think it's going to be fine with the Nine of Cups. I mean, that indicates that it's going to, whatever happened last year, it seems like it's going to go better. It's going to go better than before. You be biting your tongue during the month of Aries in some capacity. It's like, oh, I really want to give this person what for. I really want to tell this person what I think of them. Or I really want to let loose on this person, but it'll only, it's not going to serve me. They're not going to hear me. They never listen. So you may be really holding back. And because of that, you get a wish granted. And I think this has to do with conflict being avoided, or a good time not being ruined, a celebration not being ruined, a situation that you expect to be awkward not being awkward. So those of you who think you may be pregnant, I feel like it's, for many of you, again, this is general. For most of you, it's a false alarm. Those of you who can have children, CAN. You are able to have children, or even maybe some of you who think you're not, you'd be kind of scared. Oh God, am I pregnant? I don't think that you are, Aries, because you got the Nine of Cups coming up here next to the non-fertile card. So those of you that want to be pregnant, you could be with Ingwas here. I mean, that is, maybe you've had disappointments before with that. And then in November, somebody else got pregnancy really strong, maybe Cancer. So yeah, pregnancy could be a theme, but I feel like for those of you that don't want that, and you're scared, you're going to find out, oh, it was just a false alarm. I'm not. By the end of her, we've got Two of Wands in reverse. So this can indicate like delaying a launch of something, or putting off a hookup. In the upright, this is like the Two of Wands is coming together in passion. So it can be just like a physical, sexual card. In the reverse, though, it could be a disconnect with that. But it could be a breakup sometimes, but of two people who kind of, maybe the relationship really started all hot and heavy and it's fizzled out. Now that reality's set in, it was maybe infatuation or lust, not love. And maybe it's ending because there's someone new coming in. Maybe that's your wish, is to kind of, I feel like some of you are going to be between relationships and births. Like you have the steady or the live-in, or even a spouse, but there's, they're not working. You feel like, a lot of responsibility falls on your shoulders, and you're sick of having to carry that burden, and you want to be with someone new. And I feel like maybe you know who this person is already, because I think the Nine of Cups goes along with that. And it's like you want to just kind of end this partnership that's not working so that you can fully begin this other one that is, it just feels more solid to you, more real, more based in, an emotional connection, more than just the physical, an emotional and or mental connection. It kind of ticks all the boxes. So, or you want to be free to find that. Many of you are just to the point where, I'd rather be on my own than staying with the wrong person, or staying with someone who is lazy, essentially. There's an element of laziness coming up with this. So it's like either you feel someone's being lazy or someone's accusing you of that, Aries. I mean, that's not the normal MO for Aries. Fire signs are generally very energetic and good workers, but you'll have to answer to that. There are a lot of people watching, so but maybe someone's accusing you of being lazy just because they don't know what else is going on with you. So people's perceptions of things are not always reality, right? Because there may be things hidden that they don't know about, or things going on that they don't know about. But yeah, I think by the end of November there is for some of you, this could just be a delay of whatever this was you were trying to get off the ground, because maybe you're feeling like it would do better if it were, maybe a bunch of people were like, hey, if you could delay this like a week, I could take this class, or maybe this class or seminar that you wanted to attend, but you can't because of work. You find out it's rescheduled for a couple of weeks later or a week later, and you're able to go. So there's something that's going to benefit you as far as starting something new, and a lot of luck around you. It's going to seem very serendipitous the way this kind of happens. It's, it's like, oh, well, you not make any money at the end of November, but if you put this off first week of November, more people are free to take this class that you're offering, or, this seminar or class has been postponed. So, or this job interview has been postponed, but, maybe to the first week of November, but that's actually going to work better for you anyway. So yeah, that's what I see. I mean, you've got the Nine of Cups card here, Aries. Any month in the position of what must be accepted. I mean, knowing that you're getting a wish granted is, it's really kind of hard to outshine that. And so whatever, you're feeling burdened by, I'm seeing a victory. And also the Six of Wands. Card of victory is also always good to see. And definitely call on family and friends if you need to just kind of maybe vent or talk about things, because again, I see you got support, but sometimes we have to ask for it. Everybody's so involved in their day-to-day lives. We sometimes, don't have time to even look up and look around us and see how other people are doing. So if it's been a while since you checked in with family, or if there's something that you feel like you just really need to go talk to someone about, your family and friends will be there for you for sure. Whatever it is, Aries. So that's what I see for your room scope for 14. Like I said, meet me over on the Vimeo page. The link is below this video. And I'm going to shuffle the Healing with the Fairies Oracle, and we'll see what further guidance and wisdom we can get for you for the month of November. I will see you over there, and I'll see you back here next month. Thanks for watching, Aries.